Hello. We're going to start out standing today. Stand with your feet parallel, hip width apart, just comfortable with. And I want you to begin with some shoulder rolls. Feel just the shoulders isolated first, but then let it get a little bigger so you're sort of slumping with the drop of the shoulders. And then take a little of that slack into your legs so you're kind of coming up and bouncing down into a very small plie. Try to reverse it. Just the shoulders again. And then add a little bit more of that chest lift and sink, and then dropping into the legs to help you come up and down. And two more times. Weight in the heels and relax. Okay, still tall posture, weight in your heels. Let's do a rotation with a small knee bend, letting your arms wrap around your body and then swing out to the side as you come through center. Keep those arms feeling loose. You're going to let the momentum of the twist of your torso take them along. And let's do 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. All right, then I want you to clasp your hands together, and you're just going to do a few wrist rolls. Just to soften that up, make sure you're loosey in your upper body. Reverse the direction of the roll. Let those elbows wiggle a little bit. So it just feels like you're sending a wave through the arms. All right, and you can relax. Let's go down onto the floor. I'm going to have you start out laying on your back. Begin with your knees bent, little space between your legs, and your feet about 6 to 8 inches away from your torso. From your pelvis, not your torso. Well, I guess whatever. From here. Okay, keep exercising. Arms by your sides. Let's start out with some hip rolls. As you exhale, you're going to rock your pelvis to start peeling your spine off the mat, lifting from your tailbone, and then rolling up till you're at the base of your shoulder blades. Stay in the lift for a breath in. When you exhale, start to roll back down through the ribs, low back, and hips. As you breathe in, rock back to neutral. When you exhale, start to curl off again. Try to engage the abdominal muscles first. Then when you lift up your hips, we're using the hamstrings and the glutes to extend this joint. Hold at the top, focus your inhale into the back and the sides of your ribs, and then exhale, sink back down from the chest first, then work through the low back and land the hips. One more like that. Exhale as you curl your hips off. Try to engage your pelvic floor to match the contraction of the deep abdominals. Now breathe in, keep reaching your knees away from your shoulders, and roll back down with your exhale breath. Now I'm going to add an extra movement at the top. You're going to exhale, roll the spine off. Let's take it up to your bridge. Inhale, reach one arm overhead, and then roll back down on your exhale. Stay centered as you come down, which will give you an increased stretch along the left side. So that's your lat. Inhale, lower your arm. Exhale, roll the hips off again. Breathe and reach your other arm overhead, and exhale to roll it back down. And lower your arm. Let's take one more on each side. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, reach overhead and roll back down. Then lower your arm. One more time. Exhale, roll off. Inhale, reaching that arm, and then roll back down and lower it. All right, from here, I'm going to have you reach your arms up to the ceiling with your palms facing each other. Let's start with a small motion of the shoulders again. I want you to protract and retract your blades. As you breathe in, lift your arms up a little higher. Keep them the same width apart, and you should feel your shoulder blades spread wider away from your spine. Then when you exhale, draw your shoulder blades back until they feel flat on the ground again. Inhale as you reach up, making more space between the blades, and then draw them towards each other as they come back in space and get flat again. Inhale, reach up, and exhale back. Now, can you try that as an alternating pattern, still with the same space between your arms? Reach one arm up and let that shoulder blade protract. Now, as you pull it back to flat, start to reach your other one up. Good. And we're just going to keep going side to side, focusing on the glide of the whole thing. Kind of like if you put a towel around your back and then you're just shimmying it to dry yourself off. We're trying to coordinate the shoulder blades working around those ribs. Now, if you keep doing this motion and you make it bigger, you can start to pull on the ribs into a rotation. The shoulder blade gets to the end of its protraction, and then it pulls the ribs into a twist. And then if we made it even bigger than that, we'd have to lift the head. And as you do that, I want you to look to the pit of your elbow you're turning towards. And that'll have your head coming up at the correct angle. This rotation and flexion. And reach. Let's do 4 more of these. And 3, 2, and 1. All right. Take your arms out to the side. Rock into imprint when you exhale, tilting your pelvis so your low back's just a little flatter and your obliques have engaged a little shorter. You're going to lift up one leg at a time into tabletop position. Now I want you to keep both of your arms flat against the mat as your anchor, and we're going to do a small rotation side to side with the legs and hips. When you exhale, drop your knees to the right and let your left hip lift just a little off the mat, but keep that left shoulder down as a reference point. Stay there to breathe in, and when you exhale, you're going to rotate across to the other side, pushing down that right shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, rotate across, dropping your knees to the right, push that left shoulder down. Inhale, stay, and then exhale across, pressing your right shoulder down, and then bring it back to the center. Okay, now take your arms up to the ceiling. When you exhale, I want you to do a toe tap with your right leg, and at the same time, open your left arm out to the side. Inhale, lift back up. Do the same leg but the opposite arm. Exhale, tap it down. Resist rotation. So one makes it easier, one makes it harder. Now let's do the other side. So the same arm you just did goes again. We tap down, so that should be the good balance. Right arm across from leg. And now same side arm and leg. Tap it down. Inhale, back up. Let's do another set of that. So opposite arm and leg. And lift. Now do the same leg again and change to the same side arm. And up. Opposite leg arm, so we repeat the arm, and lift, now leg and same side arm. And then back up. Good, lower one foot down, and then the other. All right, from here, you're going to straighten your legs out. We're going to go into half of a roll up a few times, and we'll go into a full roll up. So we want to start in a neutral spine, arms reaching up to the ceiling, and then take your arms overhead about halfway, the distance towards the floor. On your inhale, lift your arms above your chest. When you exhale, curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Now, as you get to the bottom tip of the shoulder blades, you're going to imprint to get just a little higher and get that shoulder blade off. Now, as you inhale, reach your arms back by your ears. Then when you exhale, roll back down till you're flat. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms up over your chest. Exhale, nod your chin, start to curl forward, imprint, and really reach through those arms. Inhale, arms back by ears. Exhale, lay out flat. Last one, arms up on your inhale. Exhale, curl forward, look toward your toes. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, lower down. Now we're going to go into the full roll up. If you can't come all the way up, just keep repeating that prep. Take your arms up to the ceiling when you breathe in. When you exhale, start to curl up. Now we're going to go deeper than that imprint, fully flexing your spine, and you're going to round forward and reach toward your legs. Now when you inhale, I want you to circle your arms around behind you to the floor, lift your chest and chin. When you exhale, you're going to round forward again, hands reaching a little higher than your toes, and start to roll back down as you inhale. Then when you exhale, lay out flat, reach your arms overhead. Take an inhale, arms up over your chest. Exhale, nod your chin, curl forward, and take a stretch towards your legs. Get right to the sit bones, even if you have to bend your knees to get there. Now circle the arms around as you inhale, lift your head and chest, pull those shoulders back. Exhale, round it forward. Inhale, start to roll down, curling your hips away from your thighs. Lay out flat, take your arms overhead. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, nod your chin, curl forward, reach. Inhale, circle the arms, heart lifts to the ceiling, let your chin follow. Now exhale, fold forward, pull those abs in. Inhale, start to roll back. Exhale, lay out flat, reach your arms overhead. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, nod your chin, curl it forward, reach to the legs. Inhale, circle the arms, lift your heart, look up. Exhale, scoop those abs and dive forward. Roll down. Reach overhead last time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, nod your chin, curl forward, reach toward your legs. Take an inhale, looking up one more time. And an exhale, rounding forward. All right, from here, we're going to go into a sitting position with both of your legs stacked. We're going to go into a little side bend. All right, fingertips spread out, hands even with your knees. When we initiate this motion, you want to start by drawing down on the shoulder and letting your ribs shift before we lift the hips up. Let's take an inhale breath to prepare. On that exhale, go ahead and lift your hips up, making that nice big rainbow shape with your spine. Breathe in, control coming back down onto that hip. And again, exhale, up and over, slide that bottom shoulder away from the ear. And inhale, lower back down. So it feels almost like you're pushing away with the heel of your hand as you arch up and over. Inhale to return. One more time like that. Exhale over. And inhale to release. From here, we're going to add a rotation to the motion. So I want you to come up into the side bend again, but reach your top arm up to the ceiling. So you see my head's down, my arm's up. Now I'm going to reach the arm underneath me doing a thread the needle, and I want you to push yourself back. So more of your weight's going over your legs. And then you're going to come back onto your side. Now you're going to rotate your upper body, look up at the ceiling. Go back to side bend, take your arm overhead, and then sit it back down. Let's do that 2 more times. So you're going to go up and over to your side bend with your torso, but top arm reaches up to the ceiling. Now exhale, rotate towards the floor, pull your abs up, and with your lower arm, push yourself towards your legs. Get more flexion there. Then we take it back onto your side. Now exhale, rotate, look up at the ceiling. Inhale, back onto your side. Breathe into that top side of the ribs. Stretch overhead. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, take it up to that side bend. Exhale, rotate towards the floor. Drop your chin. Push that weight back towards your legs. Inhale, take it back onto that side bend. Exhale, rotate, look up at the ceiling. Inhale, back to your side. Arm over ear. Sit it on down. All right, swing your legs over to the other side. Okay, so again with that double stack, let's do 5 of just the side bend first. So hand is even with your knees, other arm is palm up. You're going to slide your working shoulder down, lift your hip, and take it over to that side bend. And then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, compress your abs, squeeze your glutes, lift and side bend, and inhale to lower. Good, pressing through not just the wrist, but the fingertips as well. Try to distribute that pressure. Inhale to lower. 2 more times, trying to push your spine right up into the ceiling, get that arch, and lower back down. One more time. Exhale, up and over. Inhale to lower. All right, let's add that twist for 3 reps. So we're coming up on the inhale, top arm up to the ceiling. Slide that shoulder down, side bend, reach up. Now exhale, rotate towards the floor, round your spine deeper, push that weight back. Inhale, take it back to side bend. Exhale, rotate, look up at the ceiling. Inhale, back to side bend, reach that arm. Exhale, take it back down. And again, inhale, side bend, reach up. Exhale, thread the needle, follow with your gaze, push those hips back. Keep the side of the ribs lifted, hit that side bend. Exhale, rotate, look up at the ceiling. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, take it back down, last one. Inhale, side bend, reach up. Exhale, rotate, look at the floor. Inhale, back to side bend. Rotate, look up at the ceiling. Side bend again. And then back down. All right, from here, onto your hands and knees. We're going to get into a shell stretch for a sec. From your shell, I want you to do a side bend. You're going to bring one elbow into your side, reach your other arm across, and take a big inhale while you hold that pose. Exhale, you're going to tuck that elbow in, and then inhale, you're going to reach your other arm across. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, reach over. And tuck back in. Inhale, reach. We're just going to do one more of these to each side. You're almost done, by the way. Inhale over. Back to center. And inhale over. We're going to finish up with a waving cat stretch. This is just one more stretch for your lats to make sure you've got good mobility as you do this. So now you're going to reach your arms out in front of you. And instead of being in a shell, you're going to go hips up a little bit more. Excuse me. And chest down. So we get that puppy dog stretch to start. When you exhale, tuck your tail, round your spine, shift forward going through a cat stretch. Now squeeze your glutes to push your hips down, and then lift your chest up. So I'm drawing it forward and up away from my knees and coming into this full extension. From there, you're going to drop your chin, round your spine, and shift back again. When you inhale, lift your tailbone up to the ceiling, drop your chest, lift your chin. As you exhale, tuck your tail, scoop those abs up, start to shift forward. Push your hips down as you inhale, lift your heart, lift your chin. Then exhale, drop your head, start to round your spine, reach backwards. Inhale, stick out your tail, drop your chest, lift your head. 2 more times. Exhale, tuck your tail, push away from the floor as you go through flexion. Inhale, push your hips down, but use your arms to lift your chest. Make a nice long stretch, pubic bone to head. Drop your head, round your spine. Then stick out your tail, open your heart, lift your chin. Last one. Exhale, tuck your tail, curl forward. Shift, drop your hips, lift your heart, lift your head. Exhale, start to round your spine again, shifting your weight back. Stick out your tail, drop your chest, lift your chin, and you're done. All right, my hair's a mess. I look like Elvis. Have a great day.